Hello everybody and welcome to semifinals of the PDL Draft League Season 3. Our opponent is someone we've faced in the past, and let's get right into it. We are once again fighting Ava with Kilowattrel, Walking Wake, Hisuian Quillfish, Gallade, Necrozma Dawnwings, Deerling, Bisharp, Riolu, Glimmet, Fortress, and Sudowoodo. So, one thing I learned last time we fought is to not underestimate Gallade. Gallade, with its Leaf Blades, did a lot of damage to me. And I spent most of the entire fight last time trying to work around Gallade, because Gallade was a massive problem. Sorry. Gallade, with its access to Leaf Blade, Sharpness, Psycho Cut, Sacred Sword, it was just putting on a lot of damage. And while I found most of Ava's team to be somewhat manageable besides Gallade, Gallade was a massive thorn in my side. Aside from that, Necrozma Dawnwings is a very scary threat if I let it get set up. Walking Wake is always terrifying. Well, not so when we fought, because I was able to pretty handily wake with it, but of course, Ava will have new ways to start up with things. Kilowattrel wasn't much of a problem for us last time, with the combination of Meowth and just it being unable to set up Tailwind, and with it being relatively frail, it wasn't that hard for me to deal with it. However, it's still a massive problem because it's a fast electric type. Riolu is something I also have to be wary of, because Riolu has Prankster, which means he could, without any doubt, disrupt my rain and make it harder for me to do what I need to do. With that in mind, what's the team? So this week, we're starting off with an Assault Vest, Terra Grass Kyogre with Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, and Thunder. With an EV spread to where I am just 1 point faster than Max Speed Gallade with Jolly. Jolly, because he doesn't run Timid. With Max Defense, 72 in HP, and 4 in Special Attack. This way, if I feel like I can't terrestrialize Kyogre in order to prevent it from getting hit by a strong Leaf Blade, it will survive a hit. And because we're still faster than Max Speed Gallade with this, we can safely send off a Water Spout, because Gallade is his fastest threat on the side of the field, except for Walking Wake. But if Walking Wake's on the field, we could always use Ice Beam or Thunder. Next up, we have a bit of an odd one. Choice Scarf Florges. Now, I always said, but I wanted to do some a little bit more wacky stuff when we got the playoffs, and this is one of them. Florges is a relatively slow mon. However, it exists in a speed tier around most of my opponents' big threats. In fact, even with Max Speed Modest Florges outruns Max Speed Jolly Walking Wake. Meaning, with the because of the Choice Scarf, we're able to outspeed everything except for Kilowattrel. And because we're modest, we'll be able to OHKO Walking Wake, do decent damage to Gallade, Necrozma about less than half, which is fine because Necrozma we have other plans for. Bishop, of course, will take good damage. And of course, same thing with Riolu. And because of the Choice Scarf, we are running the moves Moonblast, Pollen Puff, Energy Ball, and Psychic, as well as Terra Fairy to just boost those Moonblasts up even more if we need to go for that. Next up, we have Hisuian Arcanine with a very standard moveset, but odd EV spread. Citrus Berry, Terra Fairy. Terra Fairy just works really well for his team, makes us immune to Walking Wake's Draco Meteors, and resist the Sacred Swords coming out from Gallade, because Gallade is going to be Arcanine's biggest threat, because even with Intimidate, Sacred Sword will OHKO Arcanine. So, having Terra Fairy is an option to prevent us from getting OHKO'd. I'm pretty sure this EV spread of 220 and 92 will prevent us from being OHKO'd by Sacred Sword, but it'll be very close. We have Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed, Snarl, Protect. Protect, of course, to stall things out. We got Snarl for Necrozma and Walking Wake. Extreme Speed and Flare Blitz for damage. Extreme Speed to make sure that we, hit priority / mark off a target. It'll also be really good for breaking Galeed's Focus Sash, and Flare Blitz just for big damage. Just like Kyogre, we have just enough speed to outspeed Max Speed Gallade. Next up, we have Electrode with Terra Fairy again. I know we have 3 Terra Fairies. Focus Sash, Static, Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt, Protect, and Terra Blast with 60 speed, 196 HP, and 252 special attack. The reason we go with Timid is because at this, we will outspeed Kilowattrel, which is his fastest Pokemon, if Kilowattrel was max speed and timid. Which is great. 196 HP, it just makes us a little bit bulkier. Unfortunately, it means we won't survive most hits, which is why we have Focus Sash. But I felt little reason to put it all into speed because we don't need all that speed anyway. So might as well go with max HP anyway. Thunder Wave is to potentially slow down his team because Ava's team is very offensive. Using Thunder Wave to try and slow him down is probably my best bet with Electrode. And Thunderbolt just does decent damage. Next up, we have the return of Fake Out Last Resort Meowth. I just saw no other reason to just not leave this out. I mean, Fake Out does great damage, and if somehow Meowth survives, it can throw off a Last Resort. No real reason not to. And because Meowth is 90 speed, we're faster than pretty much everything on Ava's team except for the Kilowattrel and Walking Wake. So Meowth will be able to hit that Last Resort off pretty reliably. And then lastly, we have Skiploom with Eviolite, Rage Powder, Pollen Puff, Sleep Powder, Tailwind, Max Speed, and Mix in Defense and Special Defense. Once again, we just really just have a very good support mon here. I feel like our core 4s is really good at able to do damage, so having Meowth and Skiploom as support mons are going to be very helpful for our team. But yeah, that's the team, and I will see you when we get into the matches. Peace. Okay, so let's see. So he's got pretty much the exact same team as last time, which is interesting. I want to lead off Kyogre and Florges with Arcanine Electrode in the back, I think. Or do I want to lead with Electrode instead of Kyogre? Honestly, no, we're going to do it. Kilowattrel did show up, which is a bit of an issue. Because he's able to get his Tailwind off. Okay, that worked really well. Whew. Whew. Okay, wow, that was... Whew. Choice Scarf Florges, everybody. That worked out wonderfully. Okay. I think we're gonna lead Florges again, of course, but this time we're gonna have Meowth as well. Hold on, let me look. I need to see how much this will do to Bisharp. Yeah, we're gonna just die to Bisharp. And it's gonna have Defiant. So we're gonna swap out to Kyogre. Ooh. That's not good. Oh, we're gonna have to do it. Yeah, release Kyogre. And that doesn't do much. Yeah. That's crit. Damn. Okay. So this isn't max speed Kilowattrel. That went really well for us. Choice Scarf Florges is the GOAT!